Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 6th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you have to do is subscribe and you will catch me live. But Aries, let's see what is going on for you this week. I'm going to take this card because it wanted to come off there, and that makes sense, those two cards together, so I'm glad I took it. But let's see here. Oh, this looks really good for you, Aries. I like this quite a bit. Definitely some sort of major adventure coming in for you, or some sort of new beginning here. You have this potential card with the adventure card with the Fool and the World. So this could definitely be some sort of adventure coming in for you here. There is a lot of stuff about patience showing up here in this reading as well, Aries. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure my audio was on. but yeah, so definitely could be a lot of stuff about adventuring or traveling, but also there is some stuff about patience, so we'll definitely talk about that. You start off with the Turtle Spirit. This card says slow and steady wins the race. So I do feel like, you have a bunch of stuff here that I feel like is saying don't rush something. You have the Knight of Swords. You also have the Ten of Swords as well. A lot of people consider the Ten of Swords to be a very difficult card. It is, but to me, tens are the end. It also shows up in this top row here with the World, and the World is like completion. The Ten of Swords is a card of completion. So I feel like just you're starting something new here, and I feel like it's saying don't rush it. For some of you, I feel almost like, just to cut to the chase here, I almost feel like this could be a new relationship. And I feel like this is saying, like, if you just got out of another relationship, or, if you're feeling like overexcited, I just get like that, overexcited type of feeling here, Aries, about something. Sometimes when we're overexcited, we can, kind of rush something and we ruin it. So I feel like this is saying, like, just slow things down, take your time. There's no rush. Obviously, really good things are coming in for you here with this reading, which is what we're going to talk about. But I feel like that's where this is saying, like, just slow things down for now. In this first row, you have the World, the Ace of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Again, definitely could be some sort of ending or separation. The reason I like this is very good, but for the most part, this could be a breakup because you have the Five of Swords, the Strength card, and the Ten of Swords in this row here. You also have the Five of Pentacles in this row. And maybe this is why it's saying don't rush things. Kind of the story that's popping into my head for you, Aries, is it's like maybe you want to move on to a new relationship here, but it's like maybe there are still some like lingering feelings for someone from the past, if that makes sense. So I just wouldn't rush it. This could also be a person that's coming in for you, Aries. We're going to clarify this at the end. But if you're meeting someone new, I also feel like that person could also be the person that is having these feelings. I feel these feelings very strongly in your reading, which is kind of weird, but it could be an air sign, and it's like maybe they're still trying to get over something from the past. I feel like they are, but again, I would just be careful of getting into a relationship like that. Just take your time is what I feel like the reading is saying. For others, I feel like this is you really focusing on yourself here. Again, in this first row, you have the World, the Ace of Cups, and the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card that can represent self-fulfillment, or focusing on yourself, and it's considered to be a card of greed as well. Kind of, not really greed, but just selfishness. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, always, Aries. Sometimes I feel like we should be selfish. Sometimes I feel like we should be kind of like the center of our own universe. We should be the center of our world. So for some of you, I feel like this first row is just saying you should be focusing on fulfilling yourself with this Ace of Cups. And then the universe is just going to bring more to you. This right here, this cup is an offer from God, but there's also this dove putting the Eucharist here into the cup, and that kind of represents the fact that once you start fulfilling yourself, then the universe is going to bring more energy into the situation, and that's going to cause your cups to overflow. This is why I say selfishness is a good thing, because I feel like if we just focus on ourselves and focus on creating the best lives we can create for ourselves, and we focus on joy and happiness, then it's just going to overflow to other people. And so then it's not being selfish, right? So I feel like that's kind of what you're doing, is just focusing on happiness. These two cards really wanted to come out together. I wasn't going to take them both. It was just this potential card right here that I was going to take, but this would really wanted to come with it, so I took it. You have the Adventures card as well here in the potential card. Obviously, this whole row is saying that there is some sort of major potential in some sort of adventure. You have the Fool, literally the card of going on an adventure, the Fool. You have the Strength card and the Eight of Pentacles. It's like you are working towards something that has great potential in your life. I do feel like this could be something financial here. I feel like you need to enjoy the process is what this Eight of Pentacles is saying here, Aries. Like, sometimes I feel like maybe things start getting really good for us in work or business, and then it's just like we kind of don't enjoy it. We don't take the time to say like, wow, things are really good. So I feel like there's just like a really strong need to acknowledge how far you have come, how much work you've done, and like what a great job you have done. I feel like the Strength card here in the middle is like saying maybe you have a lot to brag about. Maybe you have a lot to talk about, so talk about it. Maybe you have overcome a lot of obstacles and difficulties, and now it's time to acknowledge it. Again, part of the law of attraction, if we want something in our lives, I feel like we have to acknowledge it. We have to pay attention to it. That's one of the other things of the law of attraction. Like attracts like. The more we acknowledge the good things that are happening to us or for us, the more we attract, right? So I feel like this row here, I feel like the basic story here is to acknowledge the good things that are coming in for you. Again, this Ace of Cups, I feel like this is like things just being attracted into your life. Love, pretty much everything. I also feel like some of you, again, could be getting ready to kind of display something or show something off. Eight of Pentacles is apprenticeship. It is like having learned something here, but the Strength card is a display of strength. She's putting her hands in this lion's mouth here, Aries, and it's like I always say, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? Nobody. So, this card can represent a display of strength or showing something off. So this could be like at work or in business, you could be showing something off, could be getting a raise or promotion or something like that as well. But definitely some success in new adventures. Next, you have the Yin energy card again. I feel like this whole last row is just saying slow things down. The Yin energy is more of a withdrawn energy. It's more of a kind of just like relaxing into things and not trying to force things. I don't know, I just get such a weird message in this row. Kind of like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, I feel like this last row here is just saying like relax into things. I feel like it's saying allow things to happen. Don't try to force things to happen. So that's what I'd say there. But Aries, let's start clarifying here. Between the World and the Fool, you have the Mountain. Yes, this is the Ace of Clubs. Definitely an adventure. The Eight of Clubs. The Eight of Clubs in the playing card reading system represents the road less traveled. Literally going on some sort of adventure. Some of you with this top row here, without even clarifying it the rest of the way, you have the World, the Fool, these adventure cards, the Ten of Swords. This could be like a move or moving on to something new. The Ten of Swords, as I always say, it is a bad card, but it doesn't have to mean that something bad is going to happen. It could just represent moving, or it could just represent being sick of where you are right now and making a change. So, it could be a good thing. Between the Ace of Cups here and the Strength card, you have the Nine of Diamonds. This is called the Coffin in the Lenormand card reading system. And it just represents some sort of ending. It's like kind of like the Death card. It does say that you are inside the coffin, that you need to complete something. You have the World here again, the Ten of Swords. Both cards of completion, both cards of ending something. So I feel like bringing something to an end would be a good idea for you here, Aries. Between the Five of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Snake. This card is the Queen of Clubs in the playing card reading system. This is a card that says be careful of like tricky people, or be careful of being seduced by something here in your life. Again, sometimes like this could be almost like getting back into a relationship or seeing a relationship and getting too excited. I keep getting that message for you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being excited. Of course, if you're getting into something new, I feel like this is just saying like slow it down, take your time, there's no need to rush and all that other stuff. Between the Fool here and the Ten of Swords, you have the Ten of Hearts. This is called the Dog. This is a card of loyalty. So I feel like for some of you, this could be loyalty and love. Maybe some of you, it's funny because there's a dog on the Fool and you have the dog right here. It's like maybe something is trying to get your attention. This dog on the Fool represents something trying to get your attention. And I feel like this Ten of Hearts is saying fortune after difficulty, good things coming in for you after a Ten of Swords, right? So I feel like for some of you, it's like you need to pay attention to your impulses, almost is what I feel here. I feel like you could be feeling very inspired by this Fool card. I feel like you need to follow those inspirations as well. Like whatever feels like an inspiration. If you have an inspiration to go get a job doing something different than what you do now, I would do it. I feel like there's like an element of crazy here, Aries, where I feel like something that just seems crazy could be happening with this Strength card. Strength is unpredictable. The Strength card is a card of kind of thing, like not being exactly sure. Other people could even be seeing something you're doing as, like, in their eyes it could be unpredictable. The Strength card is a display of strength, but it's also a card of soft control. It's like the Chariot is a card of hard control, the Strength card is a card of soft control. It's more like allowing things to happen, and it's also something that doesn't need to necessarily be forced. But you could be having an inspiration to make a job change. Maybe everybody tells you you're crazy, but it's like maybe it's the right thing for you to do. So listen to yourself. You have the Strength card and the Six of Pentacles. You have the cross here. This is the Six of Clubs in the playing card reading system. It's like a good card, bad card. It can represent burdens or having a cross to bear. So some of you could be going through like a difficult ending here with the Coffin, the Ten of Swords here, this Five of Swords. You could be going through like a breakup or a separation, but it's also a card of success. It says, through these burdens, you will be becoming successful. Next, between the Eight of Pentacles here and the Knight of Swords, you have the Queen of Hearts. This is called the Stork. This could represent love coming in for you here. It could also represent children. Obviously, if you're trying to have children, it could represent children. If you don't want to have children, then you're not going to be having children. This is just a general reading. Someone always comments every single time that they don't want to have children. If you don't want to have children, don't have children. This is not, this is a general reading. So for some of you, it could be a child. For others, this could be love coming into your life. It's like a very kind, caring, nurturing energy. And especially with this dog here, there could be a lot of loyalty in a relationship coming in for you here, Aries. In your future position, clarifying this top row, you have the Eight of Hearts. You can have whatever you want here, Aries. Eight of Hearts is called the moon in the Lenormand card reading system, but it's not like the moon in the tarot. The moon in the Lenormand says that you can manifest whatever you want into reality. You just have to start taking the steps to make it happen. This could also be a gift from the universe, but really this whole top row here could be like a move or some other gift coming in for you. Definitely could be love as well. In this middle row here, you actually have two cards wanting to come out again, so we'll take it. In this middle row here, you have the Six of Hearts and you have the Seven of Diamonds. Six of Hearts is called the Star and the Seven of Diamonds is called the Birds. And so this can represent needing to trust your intuitive messages, number one. So I feel like some of you could be needing to trust your intuition in pretty much all areas of your life here, Aries, and so I just trust your intuition. This can also represent a turnaround. The Six of Hearts is kind of like a card that says try again. It's a card that represents obstacles being removed from your life. And that Seven of Diamonds is like the Birds card is like needing to trust your intuition to try something again, basically. And in your bottom row here, finally, love it, amazing. You have the book. This is the Ten of Diamonds in the playing card reading system. The book represents secret or hidden knowledge. It's like a card of learning. And so it kind of says like whatever you want in your life, you need to learn as much as you possibly can. And that will bring success. It is also just a card of success. So your future here looks extremely successful, is what I would say to you here, Aries. But this looks very interesting. I would be careful of any burdens from the past here, especially, in this Lenormand row, you have the Queen of Clubs and the Six of Clubs. This can be like getting seduced by someone from the past, but the Nine of Diamonds is like saying we need to move on to something new, because it's like the past is poison with this Queen of Clubs. And this Queen of Hearts could be just new love coming in for you here. But this looks very successful for you, Aries. Maybe not this week, but I feel like you're building up to this. Like this last row is amazing. So it's almost like there's just good things coming in for you here, Aries. I like this a lot. So thank you for watching, Aries, and definitely enjoy your week.